Well, engineers have been working through the night to restore power to large parts of Spain and Portugal in one of Europe's most severe blackouts. The operator of Spain's electricity grid says power has now been restored to around 90% of mainland Spain after flights were grounded, the metro system's paralysed and communications shut down. Nick Critch has been in Spain visiting his parents. He joins us now from near the city of Alicante. Nick, thanks for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Nice to see you.
So where were you when the power shortage happened? What was it like for you?
Yeah, so we'd actually just finished in the shops and we were heading back to the house, and we just got home when the power was out, back to my parents' house, and it was kind of an awkward time because my son's actually just in hospital in Alicante as well. It's about 40 minutes from here, I suppose, the airport or the hospital. And yeah, so we were meant to be possibly picking up my son today from the hospital, and yeah, so we obviously couldn't get contact with anyone. All the phone service was down, power was obviously down, so there was nothing really working or open or anything. All the shops were closed, and yeah, we decided, look, we'll go up and see if we can try and bring him back. And yeah, it was genuinely like the start of a zombie apocalypse kind of a scenario. Like, there was cars, just like traffic, and there was all the petrol stations were closed. There was fire brigades and police going up and down the highway and stuff like that. It was strange, very strange feeling.
And no doubt
listen
frightening.
To the radio reports.
And no doubt frightening if your son was in hospital. What was it like at one of the, a major infrastructure centre like that?
Yeah, so we finally got onto my partner after 8 or 9 hours last night, and she said the power went off for a minute, and then the backup generators came on. But she did say they kind of flickered on and off throughout the afternoon, and we got power back here at about 8, but there was still very little phone service. We were about halfway up to the hospital during the afternoon when I managed to get a text through saying that he won't be out till tomorrow. So we headed back because there was no point going near the city. I'd say there was a lot of traffic, I'd say, so we kind of just avoided and went back again.
So you said it was almost like a zombie apocalypse. We're reading and hearing about the chaos with lights out, planes grounded, and the descriptions that you just gave. What are your observations of human nature when something like that happens? What did you see?
Well, I suppose everybody kind of, I don't know, I didn't even know, all the shops were closed, so people were obviously just heading back from work and stuff, because I presume all the workers went home because there was nothing really to do. All the petrol stations and cars, but they were all closed. I went for a walk around the place here. They have a shopping centre, and there was about 30 or 40 cars parked up waiting to get petrol. Now, I don't know how they were paying. Maybe they had some club card or something they were paying. Maybe it was
but free petrol for the day.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, no wonder. Yeah, should have brought my parents' car over. I don't know how they were paying, but there was a lot of cars parking up to get petrol anyway.
And so what sort of information were you being told during the blackout as to what was happening?
So yeah, there was nothing really, because there was no service, there was nothing, there was no internet. Because we were in the car heading up towards Alicante, we were I think it's Sunshine FM or something, one of the local kind of English kind of radio stations here. Because obviously I don't really do much Spanish because I'm from Ireland. I don't really have a Spanish background. And whenever they come on, there'd be a few little updates, and we didn't really know, but we just presumed it was a local outage. And then they were oh, it looks like all of Spain is out, and then it was added to Portugal, and then France, parts of France were added, and it was genie man, what is actually happening, but there was no real information. Now I did get a tiny bit of information as we headed up towards Alicante. We got phone service about a minute maybe when the text came in, and I saw a few things on Twitter or X saying about it's down in a lot of places, and the airports and the trains and all were down and things like that.
And have you been told in the passing hours what the potential cause of this has been?
Not entirely. There's obviously there's been rumours about hacks and stuff like that, but I think it's more than likely, I think they're kind of looking towards oscillation in the electricity, big fluctuations in I think I heard that there were the last 2 days or 3 days they've been relied entirely on solar for the whole of Spain, which is awesome, but there may have been an issue like transferring that over or something.
Yeah,
and the system was variable or couldn't handle it or something like that. I'm not too sure what.
I think
I'm not into
BBC
it.
Radio 4 has been interviewing people, one from Eurelectric that said it was a specific incident with an interconnector between France and Spain, which occurred on Monday. It leads me to that question you were just talking about, the interconnectability between all these countries here, you know, Spain, France, being outed, so we're hearing at the moment. Does it make, you know, you question the vulnerability of the energy if it's shared between all these countries and where it could leave you?
Yeah, of course. And I didn't know how the electricity really works here before coming over. You know, like it wasn't really something I was interested in. And like. But I suppose when it works, it's perfect, you know, and it's shared and everything. But like, I don't know how they'd try to rectify it, or like being able to have like a plan B in place to stop it from happening again. I don't know how it works. And
just finally, is everything back in order? Do you feel like it's back on track? You've got everything, all the energy's back on?
Yeah, so our power came back at about 7 o'clock last night, and like there was very little service until about 10 or 11. Then my dad's phone got some. My phone's been out of action until about 9 o'clock this morning, so just an hour ago really. And then because Orange I think was down for the entire Spain, which is one of the mobile carriers, and like my parents' Wi-Fi was down as well, but that's just come back just about a half an hour ago. So they're all probably interlinked somewhere along the line. So yeah, like it's all back to normal now. I think ATMs, I'm not too sure what the story with that is at the moment. I'm going to the shopping centre now anyway, so I'll be able to check on it.
Good luck. Well, look, Nick, thank you for joining us to share the experience, and good luck with having your son back with you. And thank you for your time. Nick Critch there joining us from Alicante in Spain.